Salvonan, greetings. It's your host, Ndlovu Primrose from the Girls Table. In today's podcast, we are going to look at the issue that last trended last year, whereby higher institutions were saying their learners should wear in a certain way. So today's topic is, should higher institutions have a say in what their learners wear? And in today's podcast, we have our guest.
Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. Today in the house, you have Primrose Ndlovu, aka Royal, here to give my views, my thoughts on this trending issue about how, as a female, you should dress. I would say higher institutions have a say. They should have a say to what a student wears. Because sometimes as I'm a student, I feel like we over-exaggerate in terms of fashion, failing to understand that every outfit has an occasion. There's nothing wrong with some outfits, but it becomes wrong when you wait at the wrong time and at the wrong place. That is why outfits, they are designed summer wear, winter wear, night wear, dinner dress. So these outfits, they are worn at a specific time, at a specific seasons. So I feel like as students, we sometimes overlook that aspect that, okay, we're saying outfit here I call sharp, not because I funny. Some of them would think with maybe jealous with alright outfit and fitter. They are saying I shouldn't wear my ripped jeans or wear my mini skirts out of jealousy. But we're trying to highlight to the outfit here. There's nothing wrong with your outfit when you wait at the right place and at the right time. You can't wear a night dress during the day because it serves a purpose here during the night. It's the same with some of the dresses. You find someone wearing like a stripper who lecture, where it's a learning setup. So what we're actually trying to address with the outfit here serves its purpose somewhere else, not a learning institution. Because the moment you're dressed like a stripper, you people tend to focus on what you're wearing and not what your mind can relay or the genius in you. Because already you're exposing yourself. You're exposing umzimba wako. Instead of focus at you, we wanna equip you with knowledge. We wanna focus on what your mind can relay. Let's focus on umzimba wako. And that is not the purpose of a higher tertiary institution. It's a learning setup. That's my understanding.
Oh, all right. I was since we city. Oh, it's goes. Let's go. The occasion, yeah. But I've got a question because mostly the moment they bekhuluma ngesigqoko, the girl child is the one who's affected the most, and they don't really faka into consideration the boy child, because isikhathi eziningi zizabe sithi hayi umntwana oyinkazana abuya egqoke i-miniskirt as the males are affected. But have they ever thought ukuthi lawo sometimes the guys abafana babuya begqokile their sweatpants, babuya begqokile their tights? What does it do to the girl child? How come every time they talk about the dress code, as the girls are the ones who are mostly affected?
Okay, on this aspect, I feel like it's on the fact that only understanding of sexuality between men and women, men are more sensitive. I think that's why they are more like addressing issue girl child, that the males are being affected because they are more sensitive than they can control our emotions. Our females, they can control their emotions more than our guys can. So I think that's why they are focusing on our guys being affected by the way our ladies are dressed. And the issue addressing for guys, for now, I can say it's only a fewer number of people. Because with fashion yama guys, it's not as complex as yama ladies. And for yama ladies, I feel like there's so much revolution in fashion such that we can't keep up. But with males, generally, and thinking of formal wayami or casual wayami. It's not that complicated as we are females.
So let's sigqokele ngaphi isigqoko zethu, let's
Just like I said, there is a time for your outfit yakho. Yes, outfit yakho fits up, but it's not the right place, it's not the right time.
Alright, so why is it nowadays they say the way you dress, it's how you should be treated? Because ungananzelela when you're a girl child.
Yes.
And isikhathi eziningi vele I think la uyawazi uyawunanzelela ukuthi awungeke uhambe egodini or even though ingasekho egodini but ku-6 ugqoke your bum short or ugqoke isiketi sakho esifitshane baqayisa ushaya ukhwelo bengamalokhozenini umchova. Kahle kahle bona the way I dress they assume what I am not, so indaba ukuthi bona they think ukuthi indlela engigqoke ngayo kusho ukuthi yimi. So can we say ukuthi dress code does define a character?
Right. I believe to some degree what you are wearing, dresses akho, clothes akho, they have a voice. And they communicate the moment you put them on. They are relaying a certain kind of message. So if obviously if already there is a message that it speaks. Before even ukhulume like uvululwa your dress will speak. It has its own voice. Though I wouldn't say it dress so define character. Yes, dress the way you want to be treated. Yes, define a character to some degree, but I always believe the way a person is dressed only gives us a glimpse of who they are. So I would say to people, look beyond what a person is dressed. How about you take it into aspect of what there is more, because it's not always that is being portrayed. That is actually the real fact. Someone who dress in a certain way and deceive us so as to get what they want. They are on a mission, and they know that people always treat you the way you are dressed. They will dress in a certain way to deceive you into believing that they have a certain character. But then when you get closer to that person, you look deep, you find a different character from what they dress defining them. So I wouldn't say to some degree, yes, it can give like an insight of character of Muntu. At the same time, we're living in a world where people are pretenders. And people know would see the way that you dress is the way that people address you. They will dress in a certain way just to get certain attention, just to get some favors somewhere else, but not really like portraying their character. So I would say as people should look deeper into a person's character rather than saying which just because this person is dressed in a certain way, this is their true self or real self. There is always more to what meets the ordinary eye.
All right. Royal, siyakuzwa. But then, how can we tell men mostly or the world that sometimes what I wear, it does not define who I am? Yes, omunye sengathi fashion is a platform to express yourself, but sometimes maybe I'm just ngihambelana ngemood or the weather kuyachisa ngeke phela ngibe phakathi kwe-tracksuit says no, let me just wear something short. And but now nxa sengigqoke njalo sengihambe town, assume I get raped or what they will say into ade igqokile. So tell them, how can we tell them ukuthi what I wear it's not who I am, or what I wear is not akuthumezi imessage engayisi. Ngigqoke izigqoko zami because ngifuna ukugqoka. And
okay, I feel like on that aspect no gender will give an excuse to do something wrong and blame it on the person ukuthi bengagqoka properly and all that. They found a loophole ukuthi already umuntu lo is dressed in an undignified manner, and then they take advantage and use it as a loophole to do something wrong. Phezu kokuthi like umuntu lwana akagqoka properly would take it as something wrong, but lawe su enter to that wrong by doing something wrong, using it as a loophole, or it's more like taking advantage of weakness yomuntu. taking advantage of weakness to maybe this person is incapable to do something, and then you use that as a loophole to wrong that person. So it shouldn't be an excuse which you rape a woman just because when I go you add more. Instead of making the world a better place, you're actually adding to making it an unsafe place for people. So I always say, like, if fashion, yes, it's a platform to express yourself, at the same time as the girl child, take into consideration who are affected. I'm not saying ukuthandwa nguwe or ungabi comfortable. Dress how you love to dress. Be comfortable in your own way of dressing. But at the same time, take into consideration which you are not affecting the person that is sitting next to you. Dress in a dignified manner. Remember, in the word of God, it says we are the temple. We are the temple of the living God, and it's our duty to see protected, to go in a way that is modest at the same time is dignified. I feel like the world has portrayed a picture of what see being beautiful or being attracted. You have to be in a state of nudity, be in a state of being half naked, you show off your body parts. But I have come to realize with him, if you value yourself or you value your body, you would cover it. If you are a treasure, like lapho kutholakala treasure all the time, be it gold, be it diamond, we tola in a place where it's covered. Why? Because it's valuable. So if you treat yourself as a treasure, or you would cover yourself. Being half naked doesn't define beauty, doesn't make you attractive. Instead, it makes you look desperate. So if you wanna be treated how you're dressed, just cover yourself. There is so much beauty in wearing in a dignified manner.
All right, hi. Siyabonga. Thank you very much, Royal. Any last words to our listeners, our viewers, before we call it a day?
Okay, so my message when it comes to aspects of dressing, addressing the male gender, that we should learn to look beyond what someone is wearing. What I wear is just a glimpse. There is always more to the picture. So what I dress, how I dress, might not always define me or define my character. Someone may love maybe to dress like in a nudity way just because of the environment they grew up in. They grew up in an environment where miniskirt is normal. But it doesn't mean they're a prostitute or anything like that. So environment also affects mindset that you have towards fashion or towards any manner of dressing. So look beyond that. You might discover gold in the process. When you thought to someone who's pattern will you discover what they have a heart of gold.
All right, thank you very much. Balaleli lizwile. Toy dress code does not define me. Look beyond. Until we meet next time, it's bye for now.